and good evening, everyone. I would request everyone else to be on mute so that the person who is speaking is heard clearly and there is no disturbance for anyone when he is presenting his ideas. Please note, Soapbox session is your opportunity to address to your target audience, the voter base, alumni across the globe. Since this will be uploaded on the YouTube also, and it is also being live webcast, people can see you. So what you see right now are only members who have been admitted into the meeting group. Others would be seeing you live, and they will certainly be making up their ideas and mind as to who are the contestants that they would like to represent them. So having said this, it is your time where you have to convince others, or you have an opportunity to convince others, and it also is going to remain forever. So what you say today is going to matter. What you decide to communicate to the audience will matter. And finally, which I keep saying all the time, is this is just a small contest where we are going through a democratic process. You are always welcome to contribute to the association, whether you are an executive committee member or not. And therefore, not being executive committee member should not deter you from not contributing or not working with the association. So we have quite many activities. I'm sure by now, all of you would have educated yourself as to what the association does, what are the range of activities that we engage ourselves into, and how creatively we try to engage our entire IIT Delhi ecosystem, the students, the alumni, the staff, the faculty, the institute, everybody. And therefore, it is not just alumni association that we are presenting to you. And that is not the only thing that you are going to represent. You're going to represent the entire ecosystem and work for the benefit of the all constituents of this ecosystem. So with this, I wish all of you would have your ideas communicated clearly. There will be a small question answer session. We will moderate that session. We'll allow people present in this meeting to ask you questions. You are free to answer the question. You're free to avoid the question. But having said this, I'll make the floor open for the first contestant. And we are going in a seniority chronological order. So senior most contestants will be given the first opportunity, and then we'll progress downward. So today I believe Manish Jaiswal is the senior most amongst the group. So I invite Manish to express yourself, your ideas, and address the audience. Manish?
Sorry, Manish, I'll take a second. Somebody
please.
has joined from iPhone. I want to know who is that. I think it is reflecting iPhone. So the identity should be clear, right?
Yeah. I think that's a good observation. I didn't realize. Not that we expect any kind of espionage. But
sorry, this is Pawan Kudaria.
Oh, yeah. Pawan ji, ये आपका है iPhone?
Yeah, this mine. So
अच्छा, Pawan ji, उसको जरा mute पे रखना पड़ेगा. Somewhere it is also giving an echo.
Yeah, it is muted. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks Sanjay for. Sanjay, would you like to say something in the beginning? Or have we lost Sanjay?
No, I am there. I will not now. Let's start here.
So he is listening to you and he is picking up ideas from what you said. So Manish, your turn to go.
Thank you very much.
Before Manish starts, just wanted to check. I think I'm audible now. I have changed my device.
Oh yes, sir.
I'm audible now?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Good.
Okay, Manish start.
Thank you. Very good evening, Kalpen sir and Sanjay sir and all senior and my dear colleagues who are about to join as EC. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I'll just brief about myself. I completed my degree in 2007. That was in MTech from Civil Engineering Department. Once I completed, I think parallelly I have some opportunity in government sector like IRCON, Airport Authority of India, Engineers India Limited, And finally, during the course of action, I cracked engineering services also, that was conducted by UPSC. Serving for a few years, 2.5 to Engineers India Limited and 3 months in IRCON, I finally joined Central Water Commission as Assistant Director. And in Central Water Commission, I have got different roles because it's a pan-India organization. Different roles carry different kind of activities. So firstly, I got posted as Assistant Commissioner in Ministry of Jal Shakti. And then onward, I got the opportunity for Executive Engineer of one of the segment of Yamuna River. After then, I was given the charge of hydrology, one of the segment in civil engineering area, pan-India dams. And currently, I'm looking after Ladakh water resources projected as a whole. And another thing in my profile is that currently I am Secretary Central Water Power Engineering Services, which is also a pan-India organization. And also I am pursuing PhD. That maybe I think this semester I'll be able to complete that too, and from Civil Engineering Department. That is my personal brief. And I'll come to the next point that in past how I was affiliated with our association. In past, I was executive committee member from 2018 to 21. And I think first year was a bit, everything is a newcomer to this platform. I also, at that time, I think Wapusi program was a big, at peak at that time, most of village adoption program. I attended that event in Haryana once or twice. And during the course of year, I think we have some major events. Being a advantageous position in Delhi, I attended all the events. I I say my first year was the observation, how things are being conducted, what is our internal structure, what are our external structures, and how we have to manage everything. I think we have a team of 3-4 in our as an internal structure, and they are always ready to work. I think till late night. I think 10, 12, most of the time. Everything is very hard working I have seen in our association. And in second year, I got the opportunity for becoming a treasurer, which is a kind of office bearer. And treasurer is a position, I think he has to fully integrated with every activities, seeing how much budget has to be allocated, from where it comes, from where it goes, and the judicious use of that money management is taken care of while one is serving as a treasurer. Third year was a good year for me. I think Kalpin sir, I got the opportunity. Kalpin sir was also there at that time. And we managed to host an event that is, I think, in nearly first time in the history of IITDA, that is Public Service Day. I was given the responsibility as a convener of that day. And we felicitated around 45 civil servants that cleared civil services examination of 2019. And that is called basically 2020 batch civil servant. I think we also, at that platform, we invited many secretary level and all the newcomers who just joined in the services at a platform. They shared their view. Our attendance was also phenomenal at that time. So that was a great event, and that we can say that is a initiation of bringing some more people to our organization, to our association, because I think we also feel this everything is good for our organization. Most of the private people and corporate people are coming around. However, a government segment is a bit having a less representation in our association, what sometimes we feel. So this was an initiation also, so that we can attract a larger group of alumni who are serving at different level, and all together, somebody is in PMO, somebody is in the principal secretary, somebody are in all states. We can find our civil servants and every kind of public servant. They are serving at different capacity. So these are basically one of the few of the things I was integrated with. I was involved, and I got lucky that I represented all those. Thanks to all those, that time president and our colleagues, EC members who fully supported that time. And we were able to complete these events. And regarding my future, I'll say how I can contribute to in future. I have gone through the preamble and code of conduct that every time, I think as a mandate also it was there, you have to read code of conduct and preamble. I gone it thrice and twice thrice, and I find that 9 points there, they itself clear everything. What we have to perform for the association. I think we have to abide by the aims and objective of our preamble, what is mentioned, and some extra thing that we can, the practical, theoretically we have holistic points there. Practically we have to add some more points so that it can come out with a very top level organization, association. I think currently our association is number one also in all IITs, what I observed. Even the few years back, I think IIT Roorkee, I should not say like that, but most of the association are not coming forward because maybe they are having some organizational incapacity or maybe whatever the reason. But IIT Delhi has phenomenally grown in past 3-4 years. I have seen all the president, they have provided a very far, very good and great opportunity for the juniors also. And I'll appreciate Kalpin sir also. Every time he has given the opportunity to the juniors, I have myself observed that too. So things are going very great and very good. And this time I got my transfer back to Delhi. That's why I planned that I'll be in RK Puram and I'll be near to IIT Delhi. So I may again able to serve this association again. So I'll simply put few more points and I'll like to close it. What is the currently, I think from past few years, we are already having some of the good activities. My effort will be to put my effort along with others to carry forward them at best of its capacity. And one main thing which I can personally at my level can bring is being a government servant. I have my network in government areas. I think I have connected with many personnel in these areas. What I feel interaction of businessmen, private players are very much there in our with the IIT Delhi. However, government interaction, institutional level is a bit, that also very lesser represented. My target is that we can associate it government, because government institute is the execution. Basically, they do execution at ground level, and in IITs, what we do, we are more aligned with the theoretical parts. So, bringing government and bringing IIT Delhi platform, we can bring a complete picture also for anything we want to plan and execute in future. What I feel, what I suggest, keep more government penetration, more IIT penetration, we can institutional combination, we can perform many activities. We can bring both the institute and along with that we can create private players also, so that definitely if we think something, there should be someone who can execute. So that bonding we can do something new in this segment. And another one thing I have observed, I think facilitation is the very basic thing. Most of the alumni, why should they engage with us? I think they have some time. It's a very basic thing. I just would like to share. I think coming president sir is also there, and Kalpin sir is also outgoing presidency is also there. I think civil servant, I have myself I did many calls to facilitate the entry of civil servant inside the campus. Many a times I called Sri Satish ji also. So I think they feel problem. Sometimes they don't carry their alumni card. So they feel very embarrassed. They are very embarrassing situations. So I think we can create some kind of structure, either biometric of our alumni at the main gate, or maybe when we enter some kind of campus, there is code, you get the mobile from alumni or something like that. I think from at least the facilitation of our alumni, we can, so that that kind of situation won't arise in future, so that they feel good anytime they want, they can come, they can interact, they can go, they won't hesitate in coming the campus. because I'm in Delhi, I felt it very, very much time. So basic things also we have to work hard. And secondly, I'll add some more our internal structure. I think Sri Satish is heavily loaded. One technical person may be added so that immediate, if somebody want to get a registration, immediate like helpline or something like that, call and immediate on the spot that is getting, because Sri Satish sir has got many things to do. I think maybe sometime he can carry it forward because of his work in different directions. So maybe some technical addition and technical support, technical resources in our internal structure is also needed to make ourselves more, strong. And some more point I'd like to add. We generally talk about funding. We take funds from our, alma maters and like endowment fund and everything is there. We start project-wide funding, because I think I have met some faculties also that they feel that, they sometimes their research is get restricted because of funds, because they don't have done. So project-wise, I think fund we can just for charitable purpose. We sometimes, some death or something occur for accident, we generally float in our website. I think for project-wise purpose also, that faculty or something of that particular department want to execute such project, that this much fund is needed. I think such thing also can be, brought to our website, and association can be made to part of that, maybe in part of share or maybe in different kind of mechanism, so that in future we can also, if that things get a different level, we can get the recurring benefit, maybe in terms of revenue, or maybe what we can to project wise fund, and that is easy to audit also, that this segment, this fund has gone to this particular segment, how much is it achieved and at what level. Because once you give the fund, where it is gone, no connecting dots are there. But these are my opinion and feeling. And also,
Manish, you'll have to close in 1 minute.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah. These are my view.
No, if you want to say any one or two sentences, please feel free. But we'll have to close your session. Yeah.
I'll finish.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Google was also like one of the Stanford University campus, things. Earlier it was born from campus itself. So that kind of opportunity, and that was, fund was given to them. That's why it came so long. And thank you all. You have given this much time. I'll close by. And thanks all for listening me. And thank you very much. I'm always there for you. Anytime you can call me. I'm always available. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Manish. You have elaborated a lot, and I personally believe you have got Satish vote at least. So, and now is there any question for Manish? Yeah, Sanjay, you have raised your hand. Please go ahead.
Manish, I want to know, you are working with Central Water Commission. Like as a
yes, sir.
Yes. Does it work for water conservation also?
Sir, basically, Central Water Commission is river. This civil engineering Ministry of Jal Shakti has few segments. I'll start from the top. Central Water Commission is just for the river engineering things, and all basically water is a state subject. We facilitate in funding, we facilitate in their designing. Such kind of things come under the purview of Central Water Commission. And for what you are saying, water conservation comes under that Jal Jeevan Mission, National Mission for Jal Jeevan Mission. National Mission is there. One segment of ministry is that. That is.
Do you have any connection with that?
Sir,
do you have connections?
Connection, I'll say that sometime we got deputated in those posts because we are from.
So you must be, there must be some linkages, right?
Sir, because I think our secretary is common. So I think if we want, so we can reach by that way.
Okay. Thank you, Manish. That's all I wanted to ask.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. One of our alum who was the chief secretary of Telangana and earlier Andhra Pradesh state, he has done recharging of 40,000 reservoirs across Telangana state. So in case if anyone is interested, you can certainly get in touch with him. He's done commendable work in this
I will
space.
get in touch with you, Kalpin, regarding this,
Sure,
because
sure.
Right. Okay.
Sure. Okay. Thanks, Manish. In case anybody has any other question for Manish, but be careful, huh? Manish will go on for a couple of minutes. So,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
okay. Thanks, Manish. Thanks for all your ideas. I'm sure everyone is noting down wherever we can engage you and wherever you can contribute to the association activities. You're always welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So let me now welcome the next speaker, Narendra Sisodia, 2008 batch. Narendra, your turn to go ahead.
Hi, I hope everybody can listen me. Yes. So just a second. Once I had to close the door once. Yeah. So hi everybody. My name is Narendra Sisodia. I am like 2008 batch pass out. I don't know like much to say. Like from last 15 years, I mostly like in a startup industry. Like work for almost like 8 to 9 startups. Like I'm a techie, and I had lived almost like 4 to 5 cities, like mostly in Delhi, then Gurgaon, Pune. Last year, like I was just traveling and just we like Dehradun area a lot, Uttarakhand, and we just relocated on the like trip itself. So now I'm like officially like living in Dehradun from last 1 year approximately. Yeah. I have been like associate, not as like a working a lot for like alumni association kind of things. Like what I like want to say, like in 2008, like when I was doing my startups, like I didn't know about like I can reach out to a lot of alumni, and there are a lot of WhatsApp groups and those kind of things. So something around 2016 when I did with my startups, it was completely failed. If I reach to some of the alums and seek out for help, it would a little bit a slightly different story kind of things. So what I like want to convey my message basically like the ID network is very big and huge, but still it need a lot of connecting points for the collaborations. And I don't know exact percentage of alumni are actually connected to the association, but in my opinion, that number should be very big. And whatever the activities or things are needed to recharge everybody and bring to a common platforms. For example, right now, like I don't see any point like we are like such a big organizations in terms of alumni, and like there is no common like Slack or some sort of like where everybody is present. There's like sometimes WhatsApp groups that's only like 1,000 people at a reach kind of thing also. So I see like as a huge potentials. Anybody like maybe IT students or anybody who passed out from the IT Delhi, like whatever the ambition is, whether startups or hobby or playing, there's like a huge number of like a connecting point from each body collaborations. Like that's where I think like a lot of work can be done. So I will just I have completely new to the like associations, like so whatever like best is possible for me from my side, so like I will do, and I will definitely seek guidance from like all the previous EC members or everybody whosoever want to contribute one way or another way. So that's it. Like that's my like a small so-called like you can call it agenda or like or my like contribution kind of things. Yeah, but I don't know like too many like fancy stuff like, okay, I'll do this thing, I'll change this thing, I'll change the world. No, I will try my best. That's it.
Thanks, Narendra. Maybe that's probably very honest also, that instead of having a very elaborate agenda, you have a very crisp to the point message. And I'm sure it may resonate with your audience too. Does anybody have any question for Narendra? He seems to be a startup man. Anybody wants to ask any question?
Narendra ji, what kind of changes you want to bring in EC?
Not inside the IITDA office.
So as I told, like the very first thing, like I want to see like there should be something like a Slack or any kind of similar tool where like every alumni should be present, like, and there can be channels, multiple, like people from Dehradun, Delhi, people from common interest area. There can be hundreds of channels. There can be more discussions. WhatsApp is like very insufficient for such kind of things. So as I reiterate, like the collaboration between alumni to get what everybody want to achieve, because everybody has some ambitions, and if what is better, like if other alumni can help. Like for example, right now I'm working on kind of like a finance tool for like expense management, kind of like, which can like help in like reducing the cost of any kind of startup guy, or like any kind of large organizations. And let's suppose if like other can get help from these tools, like it's good. So but like if there's no common platform where to reach out, okay, I have something where I can contribute, or I want to do something, I want to set up a school, do somebody want to fund it? Because see, everybody, like every problem and solution, everybody is like entire whatever, like 50, 60, whatever thousand people are there, IIT alumni, but everybody want to help something, everybody can connect and help somebody else. But until if there's no proper collaboration, there's no proper message talking, that is like a broken linkage.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Narendra.
Thank you.
Ram, you want to ask any question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please go
Narendra ji, I want to ask one thing. Ki, like last year or any year, have you attended any get-together networking get-together by the IIT Delhi Alumni Association?
Yes, I attended one.
So is it like fruitful or not? It is like good or not that much like networking and all? Which one you attended?
I don't like I don't remember the exact date. It was a dance, and like that evening, some BJP like politician who is also a singer was like a main singer. Like I'm not good at names and kind of things, but yeah, I attended once. Like
Yeah, I think
Thank
you must have come for
He
recent one.
attended Noida chapter get together.
Yeah, you
Yes,
came
yes.
for the recent one.
that was Noida
The Noida
chapter.
chapter, I
Before
suppose.
that, also like I attended IIT Delhi events also. So the Noida chapter event I attended, it was fantastic. Yeah, I came with my wife, and yeah.
So I suppose Tirath was hinting at it that there are enough opportunities to network
Yes,
as
sir.
long
Yes,
as
sir.
you
That's
keep
why.
participating. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
that was
this
a
should be 100
good
times.
hint.
This should be
That was
100
a good hint, Ram.
more.
Thank you.
Anything else, Tirath, by any chance? Okay. Is there anybody else
Thank
who
you.
wants to ask any question to Narendra? Okay, thanks, Narendra. And unless you want to say anything quickly, but we'll close your session in that case. Thanks for all your ideas. And I'm sure the necessity of providing a connecting link is definitely pursued, and some action would be taken in near future. Thanks. Let me invite now Saurabh Talwadia. Saurabh is BTech of 2008 batch. Saurabh, your turn to go.
Hello. Yeah, namaskar everyone. So I am Saurabh, BTech 2008 Civil Engineering, Shivalik Hostel. And I did my executive MBA from IIM Lucknow. So after graduation, I worked with corporates for almost about 12 years. So being a civil engineer, majorly I worked with construction companies, infrastructure companies, and real estate companies. And in early 2020, I started my own venture in packaged food products. So from last 3 years, I've been working on this venture. And in this venture, so talking about the 12 years corporate experience, I've worked with companies like Leighton Contractors. It's Australia's biggest construction contractor company. I worked with Parsons Brinkerhoff. I've worked with Brookfield. So these are few MNCs I've worked with. I've worked with Max India, so their real estate part, Max Ventures. Then I worked with M3M, and my last stint was with Oyo. Before starting my venture, I worked with Oyo. So while working with Oyo, I started working on my food product idea. So as my work involved a lot of travel in Oyo, so at that point of time, I started thinking about a few fruit products. I researched on few fruit products, and in early 2020, I started this venture, Newty. So in Newty, I have been working towards farmer development by procuring farm fresh fruits and vegetables directly from the farmers, so eliminating the middleman role. I've been working towards Skill India. So we have our manufacturing unit in Greater Noida, and we employ close to 80 plus workers in our factory. So I've been working towards Skill India, and more than 70% workforce out of these 80 people are female. So I've been working towards women empowerment. So these three areas, agriculture and rural development, Skill India, and women empowerment, these are three areas which we are focusing on in my venture. Talking about how I'll what kind of skills I'll bring on table and how I'll be able to help IITD Alumni Association in its objectives and agendas. So I got in touch with IITDA just about an year back. So I even got my email ID registered with IITD about a year back only. I got my alumni iCard about a year back. So and in the last 1 year, I have attended quite a few events. So I attended this Alumni Day and few other events I have attended. And I thought that being a part of IITD Alumni Association as a EC member, whether as a EC member or as a volunteer, so it is something you can, it's an opportunity to give something back to the institution which have given you so much. So this is one of the major reasons I want to be associated with Alumni Association. The areas where I want to, so getting back to the main point, so the areas where I want to work on is Industry Connect, startups and funding. So these are three areas: Industry Connect, startups and funding. So from the last 3 years, I've been working on my startup. So there are a lot of startup challenges which I face on day-to-day basis, where I can help other budding entrepreneurs. So these three areas I want to work on. And so I have developed the 3 triple R approach with which I want to use to work in these 3 areas. So in past few days, after nominating for this EC member, I have connected with a lot of my friends, college friends. So a lot of other alumni I have connected with. And few things I realized that what they are looking for from Alumni Association, what I perceived through those interactions was people wanted to relive. So these 3 are, let me explain, these 3 are is relive those moments, reconnect thoughts and emotions, and relationships, building those relationships which are lost somewhere. So almost in almost all the interactions, people, my good friends, they wanted to relive all those moments which we have lived when we were in IIT. So hostel mein humne kya kiya, ya fir how the night outs were. So all those kind of things people still miss, and people are ready to do anything to have those moments again. So those are most of my friends say that those 4 years were the best 4 years of our lives. So we cherish all those moments, we cherish all those emotions which we have experienced in during those 4 years in IIT. So these 3 RRR is the approach which I would like to use for all the agendas which I want to implement. Talking about how, so there are few. So I'll begin with few suggestions. So not as a critique, but few things which I have observed, which I think we could have done in a slightly different way. So in the family day, there was in the alumni days, we can have a family day like the alumni day where all the family members of alumni can participate, and there can be a lot of team building events. So which will help alumni bond together. The kind of so there's, as Ram Tirath was saying, that in Noida chapter and these alumni day, there are a lot of, so they are well-established and influential alumni who are participating in these activities, and they are again those budding entrepreneurs or people who have just started their company who want to connect with these influential or well-established alumni. But the channel is not proper. What I believe is so. The area where I want to work is to build some proper channel for not only for budding entrepreneurs but for job seekers as well. So how they can connect with these influential and well established alumni. So I'm not a techie guy, so I'm not sure how this channel will be built. It can be a digital channel or some kind of a WhatsApp group or some other group, but a proper if we are able to build a proper channel. So what I have faced when I started my venture. So there are a lot of issues we face on day-to-day basis in our startups, and in the early years. So just after graduation, we face a lot of problems. So those are the 0 to 5 years I would say are the years where we build our career, and those in those 5 years, if we get right kind of mentorship, so our career is built. So if we are able to get right kind of mentorship during those years or during the initial years of our venture, so it can work wonders in our job or in our startup. So this is a proper channel for job seeker and early stage entrepreneurs to connect with alumni, and similarly a proper channel for these alumni who are successfully running their startups to get some resources from IT. So a lot of startup owners, they need fresh ideas from the IT graduates. They need some maybe some lab support, maybe some support from professors, or there can be a lot of resources which they need. But I believe so being or maybe I'm not aware about those resources, but they are so being a startup owner, there are a lot of things I look for from IT, but I'm not sure how to get it from what are the proper channel to get those resources. So these are two areas where I had to work on. And talking about few suggestions, after completion of every event, we can have some sort of feedback or survey mechanism where the alumni who have participated can give feedback on how to improve these kind of events. So such kind of feedback or survey mechanism we can implement to improve the kind of networking events or the kind of events we have in this association.
Okay. Thanks, Saurabh. I think I need to also close your session because we have 3 more speakers. Your suggestions are welcome. All that I would say is that connectivity is a two-way path. So as much as association needs to reach out to alumni can also feel free to reach out to the association anytime. And we will be very happy to provide you the kind of linkages that any startup or anybody wants to get connected with. So feel free. I mean, it's just a general message to everyone that association is keen to help any alum who wants whatever kind of inputs, whether it is a startup, job, whatever. We'll be very happy to contribute. Any questions for Saurabh? Anybody has any query for Saurabh? Very lucky, Saurabh. You seem to have conveyed your idea very nicely, very clearly.
Thank you.
Nobody has any doubt.
I was not expecting this because I was the least prepared for this. So
I wonder if you are the most prepared, how would you look? Good. Okay, fine. I think that may possibly save some time. Thanks, Saurabh.
Yeah.
And thank you. Let's move over to our next contestant. We have Mr. Manoj Vyas, BTech 2010. Manoj, your turn to go.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Good evening, senior, and hello to batchmates, friends. I'm Manoj Vyas. I did my BTech in 2010. Intro is available at the nomination page, so I would skip that part. I would like to talk about what I want to do in the Alumni Association. Basically, the members who have spoken before me, they have brought very good skill sets. They have talked about what can be done. My ideas are similar, but 1-2 things which I want to talk about is that I am concerned specifically about the times when the alumni feel the pain in their life. For example, I had some struggle days after IITs. After completing my 5 years job in BPCL, there was some struggle time. So that time I was I was left alone. And but when so I was connected to alumni members, so they have helped me out. So my focus is that younger alumni, particularly if they are facing challenges in their careers, or if we can provide a good connection point to them. So my concern is towards the younger alumni who enter into their careers and then they face challenges over there. So that is one thing which we have to focus upon. We can work upon, there has to be integration between various chapters. Then younger alumni are not very much active and are not able to take up the benefit of these chapters. So we have to mainstream the younger alumni. That is the one thing which I want to focus on. I would say that my skill set is like more of a, I have a more of a emotional nature in that sense, more like you can say maternal characteristics, that I'm more concerned about their problems which we can solve through this alumni networking. So based on my experience, I know that alumni can bring a whole change towards the younger alumni. Then secondly, the younger alumni have entrepreneurial mindset. So in the startup ecosystem, there are three things, like we need money. We have to talk about the money. We have to talk about the mindset. And then the third is metrics. Metrics is related to how the activities within the startup works. So alumni, their skills can be upgraded. For example, within the IIT, there is a department of management studies. So if there can be internships can be linked where they can get these skill sets. Then second is the money. So I also the legalities can be
Manoj, your audio has run into some problem.
Audio
Yeah.
is there.
Yeah, now we can hear you. Go ahead.
So then the third part is the mindset. For the mindset, we need to connect our younger alumni with the established leaders in the industry. For example, recently in the Rajasthan chapter, there was an event where Mr. Amit Jain from Car Dekho was present. So around 70-80 youngsters were benefited by that event. And I don't take any credit for it. It was being organized by Rajasthan chapter. President over there are very active. And but these kind of events, if they happen on regular basis, then younger alumni can further benefit from them. Then second issue where I feel that alumni feel the pain is that some untoward bad incident that happen, I have seen that accidents and because of untimely deaths of the parents or other situations, what happens is there is process of collection of the funds, and then alumni contribute, and then the money is being passed on to the person in need. So what I suggest and what I want to work upon is that we can have a insurance mechanism, and that nitty-gritties have to be worked upon about that, and which can help the alumni in the difficult times. So one is that part that I want to contribute. Third part that I have like my personal agenda, if you can say. I come from a small town. Now the Jaipur is a big town, and I came from a village background to Jaipur. My 5 years in BPCL were in a small town like Mandi, Himachal Pradesh, and after that I worked in Gwalior also. So a small town or tier 2 cities, alumni, they are being kind of feel left out. I got transferred from Gwalior in between. I tried to get in touch with a few alumni. They want that their regional areas are also being covered during chapter meetings, etc. For example, Rajasthan is a big state. I belong to Jaipur. So most of the activities are happening in Jaipur itself. So that the people who are in other areas, if we can create a mechanism that occasionally things can happen in smaller cities also, so that will give them more confidence about their connectivity with the alumni association. So these are the few ideas. Apart from this, I would like to talk about the operational mechanisms. For example, my friend, my Talwadia ji has a clear, has a very good point that feedback mechanism has to be developed. So this can be formalized in the form of a app has to be made of the alumni association, because nowadays youth wants to do everything on the app. Now everything is going to the app, and we are missing out on that thing that has to be also worked upon. So these are few areas where I want to contribute. In the alumni day event, I had hosted a event also, and I have worked through it also, and that's my little bit which I have to contribute.
Thanks, Manoj. Happy to see that many entrepreneurs and many startup promoters are aspiring to get into the executive committee, and I'm sure whoever makes it will probably work for the improving upon the startup ecosystem that is pretty vibrant inside the IIT Delhi. But I'm sure we can do far more, and association can certainly contribute. I see Rajiv Malhotra wanting to ask a question to you, Manoj. Rajiv, please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, Manoj. How are you?
Good evening, sir. Good evening. I'm good, sir. Nice to hear you, sir.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't participate earlier. I had already informed Kalpin that I'll be late and I may not be able to join. So I just joined in. Luckily, I heard your thing. Manoj, you spent almost a year in the EC. So one of the points I wanted to ask was, what is it that, in terms of that can be improved in the EC? What you've already been there, because if you are aspiring to be in the EC, assuming that you get in, what is it you think should be improved? And secondly, in terms of, your own, what was your learning in terms of, where you think you have contributed in the last 10, 11 months? That's the other point. Third is you talked about something about an app. Did you get a chance to study what Saurabh was planning to do in his app? Because Saurabh, Raj was one of the guys 2 years back had some thought process along with the previous president, and they had some thought process. Did you get a chance to review what they were planning to do, and if there were any drawbacks or any improvements on that?
Okay, sir. Any more questions, sir? I will answer
that's
all
a,
of
that's a very
three and
interesting
four
question.
all together.
What have you learned and what do you want to improve upon? That's a very good question.
Sir, first of all, every organization has a scope of improvement. So same goes for our alumni association. One thing that I felt like, I already said that I'm quite a emotional guy, and what I felt that there are challenges that there's a collaboration has to be increased. Like there are different areas which people have interest, and they can more tune up and gel up to work together. So that thing has to be worked upon slightly. Of course, there are differences and there are different interests are there, but one can benefit from the ideas of other. And secondly, like connectivity, people have to come to the alumni association at least thrice, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times in a year. Physical presence is also required. For example, during my 1 year tenure, I was present there during the alumni fest day. I have hosted an event over there. Before that, I was there during the Gurgaon VC meeting. I have worked upon in organizing that event. Apart from that, many times when we used to come to the campus, then we try to become the part of EC activity over there. So if people can work upon that thing, I understand that there are physical constraints and there is no legal foundation to come, but that is something I want, because I want that physical interaction. I enjoy physical interaction much more than the online interaction. And so second question, I just forget what was it about? Raju sir?
Yeah, so I mean, I'll come back to the first question. So you're saying one of the things is that you said interaction. I understand the interaction, but is there any learning out of it? Because IIT DA is beyond just an event management company and somebody puts it. So, what is the learning in those events? Did we do anything concrete in terms of which you think we could have done in terms of, new ideas which came up? Any ideas which came up? Because I didn't see any synthesis of the ideas which came up. I understand fun and frolic is one of the objectives, but our charter is probably much larger, correct? So I wanted to know, in these interactions you were there, is there any new ideas which came up, etc., which you incorporate? That's one part to the addressing the first question. Second question was in terms of, you gave a brilliant idea of talking about apps, etc., which allow easier interaction. So
Yeah,
this is one
okay,
of the
okay,
alumni.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Got the question, sir. So about the learning, sir, after every event, there used to be there used to be discussions and about the event. One thing that I have observed is that the discussion is going about how we can reduce the budget. No doubt, there one thing is that we are a charitable organization, but at the same time, when we try to promote participation of the alumni or make the alumni activities more fun and frolic, so these are two competitive tasks that we have to balance. So if we can find out a middle ground for that, like budgeting can be more systematic, there is always a scope of improvement. So these two are competitive things, like that fun and frolic part is necessity, because if the kids are coming and the families are coming, that is also needed. But on the other hand, charitable organization is there, so this balance has to be worked upon, sir. And the third part is about app based approach. I have could not get the entire because it was that app, because it was in a demo stage and there were some discussions pending about that. So but one of the image I have seen that appears to be it is working in the right direction, if that can go further ahead. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Manoj.
Yeah.
I will take another question from Mr. Sanjay Jain. Sanjay, you want to ask something?
Yeah, I think Manoj has very well replied. Actually, the point is there are two things. The budget is made considering all the aspects. It's like alumni network and charitable things and many other administrative expenses. So it has to be done. Like, we can't say that we will not spend on networking and like alumni meet. It has to be balanced. So I think that is very well applied, Manoj. We have to balance the activities so that everything is done. You can't say that we don't want to spend on like alumni meet, yeah, alumni day, AGM. We have to spend that. That's the only way to bring the alumni to the campus. Right? Very well said. That's what I wanted to say. Right.
Okay, thanks, Sanjay. I think alumni association is a much larger body with just so many activities. Definitely, one of the objectives is to have benevolent activities going, but we do a diverse range of activities under various initiatives, and there is a scope for everybody to contribute somewhere or other. I'm sure somebody would be good at managing participation, somebody good at organizing event, somebody good at raising funds, and somebody may be good at connecting with the bureaucracy, as we heard from one of the participants. And therefore, I think association has to build all these strengths from everyone, whoever can contribute and whatever he or she can contribute. So somewhere, I think we would love to encourage everyone. If you are a grand performer, yes, you are equally welcome. And at the same time, if you are a great IT expert and you can build an app, you are equally welcome. So thank you, everybody. But is anybody else who wants to raise any other query to Manoj? Otherwise, we move over to the next person. Thanks, Manoj. We are already close to 1 hour, so let's have other two participants also express their thoughts. Gaurav, it's your turn to go. Are you there?
Yes.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, all the members and the fellow contestants.
Start कर दिया क्या?
Sir, can I?
Hey,
right? Am I audible clearly?
No, you are audible, Gaurav. They are on mute now. They won't disturb you.
No problem.
Go ahead.
I thought I was not audible. All right. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. Myself, Gaurav Mohan. I did my BTech in civil engineering in the year 2006 to 10. During these 4 years, I was part of Aravali House and represented the house in football, tennis, and basketball. We won various medals across 4 years and also lifted General Championship trophy in 2009. After completing my IIT degree, I got campus placement in Alstom, Switzerland. I worked there for a year, then wanted to come back to India. So I studied and got through IIM Indore to pursue my MBA. There I headed a student exchange committee. After completing my MBA, and taking few months of experience, I joined my family financial and taxation firm, AM Arjun Associates. Now I'm currently the CEO of the organization, and a team of around 110 people are working with me. So, and during this 8 odd years, I joined AMR in 2015. I have also completed my law to represent different companies in the financial and taxation matters. I am also currently the part of Global Executive Committee of IIM Indore Alumni Association and also the Compliance Committee, being professionally working in taxation matters. So I also assist them in their compliance work. Coming to the different ideas that I have for the alumni association, already all my contestants have given very nice ideas, and going fifth, they're almost covered. So I would like to add a few things. Like, we can increase the footprints of the people. Like, now we are having good events. Post COVID, we have a lot of physical events. If we can also start some digital events and maybe online gaming, I have seen people engaging in IPL is going on, Dream 11 is going on. If we can have these, so we all, well, at least in my age, we all played Age of Empires, Counter Strikes. If we can have a digital online gaming tournament that can be organized by it will have a different audience, and the networking that we try to reach will be from across the globe, and the footprints will increase, and it will a very different audience that we get. And also, just as Manoj said, we can also tap into tier 2, tier 3 cities where people are working in small cities. They can all engage in digital events. We can have some alumni speaks. We already having them, but we can have them more recurrently, where alumni can give their through webinars. Everyone is now very comfortable with all the digital events post COVID. So we can have digital alumni speaks well in webinars, and people can break through to their own discussion. So I'm saying that rather than keeping only physical events, we can also migrate into a hybrid mode. Recently, we tried to have an event in IIM where all the chapters met at the same time, and there were video linkage through that. So that will help connectivity. I attended few events in the past few years of alumni association. So one thing that can be done, what happened was we meet a lot of people. Like in Gurgaon event, there were 100+ people. We met a lot of them. Most of them we took card or contact, but sometimes you miss it. So if we can maybe float a later email or a platform where people's information can be shared, the phone, the photo, email. Obviously, after taking their permission, we can ask if you are ready to share. So people will have their all this contact list with them, and they can touch base and continue the networking, which was initiated by the AA, and they can take it offline and meet as per their business requirements, networking requirements, which will have their personal and professional growth. I think these are my submissions to the AA. I welcome and thank you for the opportunity given to me.
Thanks, Gaurav. Amongst the engineers, a lawyer and a person with accounts background, I think you are making a very interesting combination.
Yes, sir.
I don't know whether it is to silence others that don't ask questions.
No, sir.
But
all the questions are welcome.
I still see 2 hands up. Dr. Arvind Saran has raised his hand up. Dr. Saran, please go ahead.
Yes, excellent, Gaurav. You have really touched up the right points. Basically, I have some queries to ask that in order you have a hybrid mode. So we find most of the time that when we have a physical mode, most of the suggestions are not jotted down, or most of the suggestions are not taken into account in terms of the working plans. And in hybrid mode, of course, you have a digital way so that it can be saved. So how you are going to tailor all these in the complexities in the time by sending emails later on will be very not very much attentive from both the ends points of view, because there will be millions of such emails in different platforms, you know. So basically what I mean to say, a gist of it, so that it can be interactive then and there and form a kind of a sub-team or some team to address those issues. So that will be something which I would like to say. Otherwise, very good. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. So definitely, sir, I agree with you. I think that's the way to go. Like Zoom allows different breakout rooms you can go to and have a small chat with 2 to 3 people that you are willing to engage. If we go to a hybrid mode, we can have details. I agree that sending mails may be like spamming their inboxes. Rather than that, we can have on the portal these people attended, and if you want, you can details, and we can keep it for some duration, a week or 2 weeks, and then take it off so that it's not misused. So we can think, and like my previous contestants have suggested, that we can have an app. So app will have an inbuilt feature. If you have attended the event, you can get those details available with you. So we may be able to use the technology that is coming up so fast, maybe by our fellow IITians only. We can use it to a better manner, I think.
Good, Gaurav. So now get ready to answer our own in-house expert on law and accounts. So you are going to face your tough question, and I allow my friend Rajiv to ask you the question. Rajiv.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, sorry, I don't get bogged down. I mean, Kalpen is just he's a friend, and he has the right to take me on that. But Gaurav, well spoken. My question to you is not so much on the content side. It's basically saying you're leading a small company with 100 people. So your time engagement is going to be an early stage startup, etc. So a lot of time and energy of yours going to go there. That's one question. Would you be able to devote time to this activity? That's one. Because EC involves, we've seen in the past, and I'm saying from my 2 years experience in the EC, that out of the 21 members, about 7-8 of them are not at all active, and they seldom come in. And so that maybe, so people are not aware what the time commitment is. And by apprising you and apprising everybody else, it requires a lot more commitment. So it's not just a side entry into the executive board. Second thing I want to check with you is, because people of your profile, I'm just giving you people with 10 to 12, 13 years are younger. They have just children coming up, younger children who are going up. There are a lot more family commitments there. The other thing I want to ask you, that since you are in IIM Lucknow alumni,
Indore,
have you got little governance experience? You may have had a little bit more because you're managing a 100 people company. So you are definitely much more experienced than others who are coming in with a small 5-10 people organization. So you have that. But if you have had any experience on governance with IIM Indore or any other organizations as part of the law faculty, etc., I'm not going to ask you a question because this is not an exam where we are testing you for finance or legal stuff. But great,
No, sir,
great to hear
it
you.
will be interesting.
Great to hear you.
Thank you so much, sir. The first question was regarding the timing. So this is not a startup. It was established by my father in '84. It's 30 odd years plus. Now we have a well-settled team. We have 4 partners, and all my staff is more than 5+ years working for me. So I can depend on them, and I can give enough time to these activities of EC. I am in Delhi, so that's advantages to me. I can, and I'm being involved, and I want to get involved, and definitely I don't think there is any time issue. Secondly, sir, regarding definitely I'm having a kid of 5 years. My wife is also from IIM. She has left the job to take care of the kid full time, and we are not planning another kid. So we are settled, and he is going to school. We have enough time. And the questions of governance, I was not exactly clear what the expectation. Second question, I am part of the student exchange committee in the IIM Indore, and now also I am part of the global executive commission and the compliance committee in IIM Indore Alumni Association. So I was not exactly clear what is the second question. What were the expectations? Can you please repeat that, sir?
No, I got your answer. I think you've expressed both the answers fairly well. So yeah.
Gaurav, in short, expectations are very high. What Rajiv has conveyed through this query, and that is very appropriately to everyone, is that time commitment is very important, and allocating time for the association activities definitely would demand certain compromise on personal activities also. So it's not a query to any one of you, but it's a suggestion for everyone, and please take it seriously, because it indeed requires a lot of time to run an association of this size and this stature, and representing none other than IIT Delhi alumni globally, 58,000 of them, is not a small task. But that's for everybody. So
I think just one thing,
Yeah.
Kalpana, I think recording has stopped. Please get it checked.
I thought I saw
Satish
that
ji?
message. Unfortunately, something has gone wrong. Satish ji?
So maybe we can take a break till that starts again. Maybe because you're going to put it on Soapbox and you're going to put the recording. But if it's live being covered, it'll anyway come there. Live feed is there. So it'll anyway, YouTube will be recording it.
Correct, very correct. So thanks, Gaurav, for all your thoughts and ideas.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your time.
And you should continue to contribute towards various issues, particularly in terms of governance, etc. Certainly, your inputs are welcome. Yep.
I think one question. Gaurav,
Yeah.
where are you settled presently?
Delhi, sir. Delhi, Punjabi Bagh.
Actually, you are Delhi. So, okay, that's fine.
Quite
Okay,
accessible.
right.
So I
Okay.
keep on visiting IIT Delhi. We like the food still there, sir. We keep on going to Sassi. My wife also enjoys the food out there. All right, thank you.
How come we have not seen you and not seen your samples?
Sir, I've met you also a couple of times.
Don't hold me responsible in public. Come on, I at least reserve it for some other time that I have already met you. Thanks, Gaurav. My apologies if I have mistaken you for somebody else or forgotten you.
No problem.
Thanks, Gaurav. Now we have the last contestant for the soapbox number 2, Mr. Sushil Kumar. Sushil, your turn to go.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, seniors and my colleagues. I passed my MSc from IIT Delhi. Thereafter, I worked with several institutes, published my own book, and cleared several competitive exams. Presently, I'm working with Intellectual Property Office as an examiner of patent and design, and I'm also the president of All India Patent Officers Association, holding this post from the past 2 years. So I'm also having a complete experience about how the association runs and all these things. What is the procedure and how to settle the things whenever any dispute comes. My agenda for coming into the EC is, in the last 7 years of my working in the intellectual property office, I have rarely come any patent from IIT Delhi, being from the researcher or a startup. So even I had examined the patent from several institutes like IISc, IIT Kanpur, name it anyone, but I have never come across from IIT Delhi. This is something which is lacking from IIT Delhi. Research is going on, but patents are not coming. People are starting up. So many entrepreneurs are there, but nobody is talking about to get the intellectual property right. And it is very much important. If you want to flourish it, you need intellectual property rights, and that awareness should be there. That is why government has also started program called NEPAM. And once entrepreneurs, startups are coming up, then they are having suitable requirement, and we are having a proper, I would be saying, blend. One side we are having a researcher, and for which Mr. Manish Jaswal told us that we can provide the fund to certain projects. Yes, because in the end, if these project got successful, they filed the patent, we can association get a revenue from there. At the same time, we are also having the demand side, industry based. We can also seek from our alumni what kind of requirement they are having it, and they can be discussed with the researcher to make tailored made solution, and we can at the same time they can also have their intellectual property rights. So this is the area where I think I can contribute most. Second thing, IIT alumni is a bigger group than our association. Our officer association is just having a 1,000 people. Why can't we don't have a group insurance policy for all our alumni? Either can it be a term insurance or family health insurance policy. If we go for such a number, then the premium would come out much lesser, and the chances of refusal of a claim is negligible. That is which association needs to do it. 68,000 people, 58,000 people are there. How can we just having a top box and certain like a program, they are not making enough contribution on a daily basis. When you want to have a relationship with the alumni, then it should be in the numbers. It should reflect in their day-to-day activities. If we are having their term insurance, if we are having their health problem, they will definitely going to give their values, and it is affecting them. Apart from the intellectual ideas and all that stuff, this is what we need to do. It, we need to cater the need in a long term manner. and everyone said we need to work upon it. I am also associated with uh, NGO who work for the education, but we can encourage our IIT. I do not know whether IIT Delhi is having the Alumni Association is having an NGO particularly working in that segment. If we can't, if we are not having, we can formulate one where people are providing the CSR and we can go for it. So these are my only submissions.
Thanks, Sushilji. Yeah, of course, some activities are happening in the direction, and probably Institute is equally active on increasing the output research publication, and we have made substantial progress in last few years. But I think we can certainly go much further and much farther, and your effort certainly could be valuable in that direction. Rajiv has a question for you. Rajiv, please go ahead.
Yeah, well, good evening, Tomarji. Now, you raised a valid question about insurance. I mean, I do have some background. I'll give some inputs and try and address that the Alumni Association has been working for it for the last 6-7 years, the challenges. But do you bring any skill sets in that? Have you actually personally been involved in getting any group insurance?
Yes. For my officer association, we have interacted number of group insurance companies, and we have sought the their quotation, that what would be the premium for this much number. It is actually in a stage. When we go with the insurance company, I am having a number of contacts. They will provide us the quotation based on the number. Number is we cannot say that 58,000 people would definitely become the member.
No. I understand. We understand that. I'm just saying you said that you've got quotations, but you've not concluded the thing. So the association has been working on it for the last 7 years. There are lots of people who come in, previous presidents, current president, everybody has worked on it. So there are some challenges there, but I thought if you have actually executed, then you bring. So have you executed group insurance?
It is in the final stage because our central committee, there are four chapters as well. Central committee proposed the plan and all that stuff. It has to be passed by the resolution. And in our policy, what we had made it that it is the association treasurer who would make the fund to the insurance company. And there would not be any challenges from the side of insurer or the member. If any, I would be saying tragedy happen, they just need to submit it or inform to the association. Association would send the claim to the insurance company, and it would done automatically.
So which is the insurance company you finalized?
We have finalized the ICICI Prudential term.
So they are offering group term insurance.
Group term insurance at a much lower price than market.
And so the premium is paid by the association and
not association actually would collect it. That's why we are not pressurizing all the members to join it. We have just said it that yes, out of 500 or 600, 150 people are coming, then this would be the premium.
So you got 150 commitment के लिए आप insurance term insurance offer कर रही है ICICI Prudential.
हाँ जी.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
Okay. Great. I think it's a hot issue, Sushil, and we are all working at it, including Rajiv, and we have quite many alumni. We have quite many alumni who are at very senior positions in various insurance companies. And therefore, we have connected with some of the right persons, and nitty-gritty needs to be worked out. But certainly, if you have better understanding of this, and if you have any further ideas as to what your association has done, please share it with the association, and we'll certainly like to look into it. Does anybody else have any question for Sushil? Anybody? Or are we getting tired at the end of the session? Dr. Arvind, very right. Go ahead. Please go ahead. Dr. Arvind, you are on mute. Please unmute yourself.
Sorry. Yeah, it's a very ambitious suggestions and plan from the Sushil. Thank you very much. But to bring it into reality, we see that even for the soapbox for last 2 days, this is the second day. Number of attendance from the alumni is less. So how do you actually to your each and every mission-oriented targets, how you are going to achieve it? That's something which is very, very tricky, nitty-gritty, and personal talkings through emails or through WhatsApp or through Twitter or any other handles. And have you made any effort in this direction?
Yes, sir.
Now,
The first thing is whenever any alumni is passing and we are giving alumni card, we can also provide the information that yes, alumni is offering term insurance and group insurance schemes. You can also become member at the time of getting alumni card itself. This is for those who want to become a member. ठीक है ना,
My
for the
question
current
is,
alumni. Now
my
coming
question,
back to
yeah,
now
my
I
coming
question,
think I thought this question was against the association rather than for the social, for the contestant rather.
now second part is how can we connect it those
yeah.
who had already taken the term insurance or who are covered by it. How can we connect our alumni? Yes, there is a part and there is a very well suggestion given by one of our senior or one of our colleague that we must have app based, and that is I really don't know even how many chapters are working it and whether the group for particular chapters are there. If we can have it and we can make it in a public platform, then it would be very easier. For example, I'm just giving you one classic example. Sorry for these words which I'm saying it. EC, most of the time EC is running by syndicates. Syndicate means the certain people are there, they have been elected because they are having the data. Data means the number of alumni, information, mobile contact number. Why can't we have that access? We are just looking only for those of our batchmate, BTech guy, and here somebody is having the number of 2 or 3,000, even the number of executive, all the details of the members in particular chapter. This is what I'm saying to Kalpen sir. We are not on equal platform.
Okay.
Syndicate
So,
is running this
okay.
easy because
So, I think
people are having information.
okay.
I'm one question.
I take it as a suggestion.
Just one more question.
Go
I
ahead.
am nothing against the Manoj Vyas, but
Okay.
if EC he was made member for 10 months last year, why is he allowed to contest the election?
Okay, let me
Because
answer that. Since you have raised this question and since it is a public platform on which it has come up, I must answer that question. We have already taken this decision last year in the executive committee. Please understand, executive committee takes all the operating decisions as far as the association activities are concerned. And therefore, when he was co-opted as a member in place of another member who had resigned for the part of the term, which was less than 1 year, at that time itself, it was recorded and it is in the minutes of the meeting and it is already on the IIT Delhi Alumni Association website. So kindly take a look at that. It is 10th of June where this proposal was made. It was passed. There were 14 members present in that meeting and it is duly recorded that he will be contesting the election should he desire to do so next year itself. So it is absolutely in the public domain and it's a decision taken. So
my next question is,
yeah,
how did you you select the Manoj Vyas? Why?
No, okay,
How did
okay.
you?
Okay. No,
Because
I think
no
you are, since you have asked the question, I must answer that.
What is the procedure?
I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Okay. So in the EC meeting, this procedure also was discussed and a couple of options were given as to how we could go about choosing the next co-opted member. We had recently concluded the last year's general election and it was a unanimous, I must say unanimous to the extent that everyone agreed then who were present in the EC meeting that the candidate who has lost out with the lowest margin, that means the 8th candidate contestant in that general EC election would be co-opted as the member. So it's a transparent process. There is absolutely nothing where anyone is favored, and God forbid, in case if such a situation were to arise, we have certain protocol that we can follow. No. And the executive committee is empowered to take such decisions, right?
I would like to come in here.
I think I like to come in. I like to come in.
Just last question, sir. Have you?
Just 1 minute. I want to address.
Yeah, I want to come in.
No,
I
I
want to
will
come in.
one second, Rajiv. Let me answer all Sushil's questions because this is slightly
I
outside
want to
the
come in.
outside the soapbox session. But since he has talked about another
I think it's
contestant,
an important point is raised. So
So-
it's okay after you finish.
so Sushil, you have any further query?
Have you amended the bylaws which clearly says executive term would be the 3 year without making an amendment of the bylaws?
Very valid point.
Okay.
Very valid point.
Oh, okay. Till the time the bylaws are not there in place, because bylaws are being discussed for last 2 years. Unfortunately, there has not been much progress, and entire EC is to be blamed for that. Having said that, if the bylaws are not there, executive committee will take the decisions. All the operating decisions will be taken by the executive committee, and it's very clearly mentioned in the memorandum of association, and therefore executive committee has taken a decision.
No, Kalpen, the executive committee cannot go against MOA. I think
It is Rajiv. Rajiv will keep the discussion outside
Sure.
because
Correct,
this will become a public debate.
MOA clearly says 3 years.
I think nobody can occupy more than 3 years.
Please,
By
please,
this,
please,
I am
Rajiv,
very
Rajiv,
desperate.
one second.
I am
Rajiv.
Sir, am I allowed?
No, you are not.
एक minute, everybody.
You are
Sir,
not.
am I allowed?
No, you are not.
After I say
No.
something to
Ruko.
Sushil. Sushil, 1 second. Have you read the MOA?
Yes, sir.
I am.
You have given the undertaking that you have read the MOA and code of conduct both, right?
Yes, I have read it.
Okay. What is the provision that talks about the co-opting of the EC member? What is the provision?
I don't. I just
No,
remember.
you don't remember, or maybe you may not have read it. But that's a different story altogether.
No, sir.
As
I have
far
read
as
it.
one second, Sushil, you
I
have
have
raised the question. You have raised the question, so let me at least complete this. If you have read it, then you would know that it very clearly specifies that should there be any vacancy during the year, a member will be co-opted and would be treated equivalent to another EC member. But that doesn't mean that the person has completed a 3-year term.
So what about?
There's nobody who can complete more than 3 years.
Absolutely.
Sir, I want to come in.
Okay, Pankaj.
I want to come in. Pankaj, please.
Sir, सबसे पहली बात तो ये है कि the thing which I am reading in the comment कि IITDA members it does not allow to have more than 3 continuous years. I am very clear that there is no such provision in the MOA that any member is not allowed more than 3 continuous years. The MOA, just a minute, sir. Let me finish. You can counter me.
Yeah.
मेरा सिंपल सा ये कहना है कि एमओए में सिर्फ एक बात लिखी हुई है कि इफ अ मेंबर wants to come back again, an elected member who wants to come back again after completion of his or her tenure, he or she has to take a gap of 1 year. Now, this is clearly for a member who has 3 years stint in the EC. He has completed, he's an elected member and he has completed his term. There is nothing of that sort mentioned about any co-opted member, and it was clearly decided when we tried to have co-opted member.
Pankaj,
It was
I
clearly
like to come
decided
in.
that this.
Kalpin, I like to come in.
Okay, let Pankaj complete.
Okay.
Pankaj, are you through?
Sir, there is no provision which says, according to which Raju sir is saying that no EC member can extend beyond 3 years. I am not sure where it is written. I cannot see it anywhere. Please
Okay.
show me.
Okay, Sanjay, you want to
And
say something?
secondly,
I'm saying this point cannot be discussed here for so long, and is not the forum to discuss it. I'm totally aghast. This should not be discussed anymore here. We can have a different meeting on this if we want to have it.
I agree. This is not an executive committee meeting.
I think this is not the
correct
forum.
But
I think Subodh
think-
should be told to
yeah.
like you have replied him. That's all.
Yeah, I have replied to Sushil because as a contestant he had raised the
Sushil,
queries.
yes.
And therefore maybe he deserved the answers also, and because it has been about another contestant. I don't want a wrong impression to go to the entire alumni base that there is something wrong about the process, and therefore the contestant has duly filed the nomination. He was entitled to file that nomination. It has been validated.
Is he going to complete the tenure just 3 years starting from the first year?
What is that?
No, I'm saying 8 months. Suppose he has done 8 months. Is he going to do another
He
rest
will-
of the period?
He will complete the next term provided he gets elected and complete all 3 years.
No, how it is possible?
It
So
is
why not?
possible.
No, wait.
Which
Okay.
prevents it?
If I am
Okay, Sanjeev.
Sir,
First of all,
I will read the line. I will read
Please.
the line in the MOA right from the MOA.
I
Sir, एक second, sir.
I
Just a minute. The clause
So can you
8,
please, one
the
by one,
clause
let somebody-
8I, the clause 8I of the MOA reads, and I quote, a member can be re-elected to the executive committee if he or she wishes after a gap of 1 year. This is the only thing which is mentioned in the MOA. And frankly speaking, Manoj Vyas is not an elected member. He is just filling in for Anu Meena, nothing else.
Okay, now can I say, if you send the piece, I just want to clarify 1 minute before Sanjeev. The important thing is Manoj Vyas is supposed to have all the rights and obligations of the person he's replacing. He's not coming some arbitrary person. He's replaced Anu Meena. Anu Meena's term ends. Anu Meena could not fight for elections again. So all the obligations of Anu Meena has to be followed by Manoj Vyas. And I have nothing against Manoj Vyas. He's a very decent guy. I want to say that, clarify. Nothing against him. It is personally, and Manoj Vyas would vouch. I've always said that I have nothing against him. It is just a principle of issue of principle, which is what I'm questioning.
Okay, Rajiv, I think we'll close. We'll close it here. No, Manoj.
just sir,
Okay.
one suggestion.
There is
Manoj,
nothing.
Just
this
one
is
suggestion, sir.
Sushil, no, this is not.
Manoj
this is
has
not
not
a-
to. Manoj, you should not come in. Manoj not to
Sushil,
come in.
Manoj, both of you should not come in.
Okay,
And we
Manoj
are,
and
Just
One
one
second.
suggestion,
Sorry,
sir.
but-
Just
sorry.
one suggestion. Kindly, whether we are elected or not,
yeah,
you are the most important person running this executive council. There are lot many gray area. At least can have a bylaws, na?
of course. No, Sushil, there is
And
no denial.
If
Sushil-
this
Sushil.
association is not having a bylaw, then what is
Okay, so
the use
Sushil,
of it?
I'll give you a task. In case if you have any ideas about forming the bylaws, please
Bylaw?
forward
Yes,
them.
sir.
Please forward them to the
I would,
association office.
I would forward it to the
And
bylaws.
correct, you're very welcome. If you have any ideas, thoughts, please submit and we will
You can-
certainly
you-
take it up.
One
Okay.
more thing.
Huh.
Draft of a bylaws should be put up on a public platform.
Of course, it will be put up. I mean,
Once it will be discussed and
Correct.
debated in the EC,
Correct.
if it goes through the EC, it will go for the
It will,
EC.
it will be a
After that,
public
it will be
document.
public.
Don't worry.
Yes.
Don't
So
worry.
there is no problem in
At
that.
least,
Okay,
at least
No,
try
no.
to finish it.
Sushil,
Right.
your suggestion has been taken on record and we are all aware of it that we will have to create bylaws. We want to create robust bylaws which will provide enough flexibility and also provide the checks and balances on the operation of the association. So there is no denial. I don't think we are in disagreement on that point. Having said this, guys, I think we have already crossed 7:30. All six.
One question. Still, I
Hey,
am
minute,
not-
are you a contestant?
No, this is Sanjeev Srivastava. I hope
No.
you remember me.
No, I do. And I no, what is it? What is it?
No, I'm just asking, can any EC member just leave just before 2 months before of his completion of tenure and can go again for the election?
No, that is why
Look,
Anumina is
wait,
not allowed. That
wait,
is why
wait.
Anumina is not allowed.
No,
An elected member cannot.
एक minute, Sanjeev, yeah. Okay.
Let me ask Pankaj.
A member gets elected.
Why? तुम्हें बोलने को बोले
A member gets elected.
No,
I
ये
agree.
बताइए how someone can go continuously after completing 1 year or maybe 8 months, whatever there in place of Anumina can go immediately, and being an existing EC member, how someone can fight for the EC?
Yes, for
Because
that you have
the-
one second.
No, it is not allowed.
Dr. Sanjeev Srivastava, I think we are going in circles. And you
No,
are
I'm
coming
not
back.
going in circle. No.
Hold on,
No,
please.
hold.
Listen to others, yeah.
अरे
I think you are
पंकज डिस्टर्ब कर रहे हैं ना आपका सेक्रेटरी इधर डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है
No, एक minute. You are repeating your experience of the executive committee meetings and I don't want to get into that mode right now. We
No.
have already discussed this issue in the executive committee meeting where you were present. We have already taken a decision. It is
It is not
minuted.
taken any
It is-
decision. No, sorry.
एक minute.
We have already taken a decision and
It
have
is
been
already-
completed
it is
also,
already
and
minute-
the co-opted member
Correct.
has been given clear instruction
Correct.
that the EC has
And-
decided.
And
That's
it
all.
is already on the website of IIT Delhi
Right.
Alumni
That
Association for
you
last
keep
8
writing
months.
whatever you wish.
Okay.
No.
Okay, no, it is not my wish. It
I
is,
think this is something.
it is
going
executive
wrong.
committee
You are
which
setting-
decides.
As a RO, you are setting wrong precedents. I
Oh,
think-
Sanjeev,
Okay,
I
fine,
don't want to
you
get
can
into the
think.
argument. You are
That's not an
sitting-
issue. You
correct.
can think.
I think no, enough is enough, Sanjeev. And let me close this session first. I
Right.
think we are unnecessarily dragging on the session and
So
making.
can we say
Mockery may-
you are doing whatever you are doing is right?
Of course, it is right, and I stand by it. Whatever I am
Sorry,
doing is right,
it is
and
not
whatever
right.
I have done for
I'm
last
not
year is
against
all right.
anyone, but I'm
Okay.
against the wrong
I don't-
procedure what you are
I
adopting.
neither do I need your opinion as an RO
No, you
or as a
have to take
president,
opinion.
and I put it on record that I don't need your opinion.
No, so we don't
No,
need.
please
this kind
silence
of-
yourself,
We
Sanjeev.
don't need this kind of issue.
Please,
also.
please
Sorry.
silence yourself. You are disturbing the session.
No, you
Kindly.
are doing wrong thing.
No, okay, that is your opinion, and we will keep it and keep your opinion to yourself. We don't need it.
No, this is
Let's
completely
close
wrong.
this session. Thank you very much, contestant. I really feel apologetic about this, whatever happens.
No,
If
you
you
are-
ever,
you
if
say
you ever,
sorry, what I
if
apologize,
you
you
come
say
to,
sorry
if you
for
come
wrong
to
thing.
the executive committee,
Sir, the
please
point
understand.
is, whatever things
Please
are being
understand,
written in the
please
chat-
understand one
whatever
thing.
things are being written in the chat box are actually false things.
No,
This
it
is
is not
completely a
false.
false
It is not
narrative.
false, no.
Yeah,
This is completely a false narrative, and I challenge this person that if he believes that this is a past decision of the past EC, he is welcome to come to the executive to the office of ITD, and I'll
No,
show him the
it is
video,
completely
and I will
wrong.
show him
No, it is-
what was the decision
Oh.
taken by the EC.
thanks, thanks,
clearly-
Pankaj.
It has been minted also.
I
It has been
disagree.
minted also, and he has
Thanks.
not raised any
Thanks.
objections on that.
Thanks.
And even if
Sorry,
he
I-
doesn't, it
Hold
doesn't
on,
matter.
guys,
I'm
hold
sorry,
on,
you're making a wrong
please.
Kalpen, you
Please.
did not, you allowed him to speak for no reason.
No,
Making
one
a wrong
second,
declaration.
no. Rajiv, I think we are converting into an executive committee
Expunge his
meeting.
remarks because he failed.
And
Expunge his remarks.
we are setting a wrong example in
I
front of
agree, and
contestants.
I am not wanting to interfere. I'm just saying expunge the secretary's remark because he's
Okay.
interfering. He can't have rights to speak. He's not the only.
Let's-
I'm just
let's-
saying in the chat.
let's-
Sir,
make my
please
video
respond
Rajiv-
to the
public.
remarks written by Rajiv Malhotra sir in the chat box
Rajiv,
also.
let's close this session gracefully. First of all, we are giving a wrong
It
message to
cannot
the
be my way or
contestants
highway.
and the
I am sorry.
contestants.
You can write on chat box too.
Sorry, yeah, you guys please at least allow the contestant to see something
Correct.
positive.
Kalpen, I am just saying expunge the remark because
Ah,
it is
okay.
not right for him to talk.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So
Sir, I
contestants,
am
and
also
once
saying
again,
that expunge the remarks which he wrote in the chat box.
Pankaj,
If my remarks are supposed to be expunged, his statement in the chat box also.
okay, guys, we
All
will.
I've said is make the EC recording public with the alumni. You get to know क्या discussion हुआ था.
So
Please come over.
let's
Not me. Let
let's
the
close
alumni
it.
see it.
Arey,
Let the
Rajiv.
alumni see it.
Arey Rajiv, why you are a
Kalpen,
senior?
you are doing
You are a
something
very
wrong.
senior EC member. Hold on, yeah.
अपना-
Okay, guys, thank you very much once again, all of you, for attending this soapbox. And I submit my.
आपको बोलने से हम लोग हम तो बोले
Hold on, ठहरो भाई यार, please be on mute, all of you.
होगा ना.
And I request all the contestants, this is exactly what we would like to avoid. If you guys make it to the executive committee, we look forward to definitely slightly better performance and decency when we discuss issues amongst the executive committee. Two, please understand this is a democratic institution. You're all getting democratically elected to represent 58,000 alumni. And therefore, it onus lies on you to carry yourself with that aplomb and decorum by which you appear to be a rightful representative of such a large august body. And I must say that this also can come as a suggestion from any one of you that executive committee also must operate with certain decorum and decency. So if you make it, please ensure that your behavior is worthy of setting an example rather than join what probably has been happening or has happened. Not that we feel greatly proud of it, but we can certainly be better. And each individual has the responsibility, onus is with you, on you, that you will carry yourself as a properly democratically elected representative who comes with a sense of responsibility towards his or her own electorate. Thank you very much, all of you. Thanks. Please join us for the soapbox number 3 tomorrow and listen out to those 7 contestants who also have ideas. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And we also
Thank you.
asked you to join the AGM on 29th, right?
Yes.
Please join the AGM.
Please join
on
the
29th.
AGM on 29. Thanks, Sanjay,
Yes,
for
that's
reminding
great.
it.
Well said, Dr. Kalpen Shukla. Well said.
Thank you. Thank you, anyone, everyone. So nice of you for being
Please
patient.
don't create any
Thanks, Kalpen.
controversy.
Thanks, Kalpen.
Thank you. Thanks, Rajiv. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you all. Thank you very